welcome to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. We are in beautiful, beautiful Hiawassee, Georgia. Now, I came here listening to a song called Smoky Mountain Memories, and I found the man responsible for this song when I got here, Mr. Earl Thomas Conley.
Yeah, I gave you a little different version tonight.
You did. Now, let's talk about this. Is a 1974 song?
Yeah.
And you don't usually do it in your program.
No, we don't. No, we've changed so many band members and stuff, and we used to do it all the time. I've got a whole bunch of stuff I got to get back into the show, but...
Let's talk about the writing of that song.
Yeah, I wrote it with Dick Hurd. He had a false name, Richmond Devereaux, or something like that. Anyway, he passed away a few years back, and invited me. I was living in Huntsville, and wanted to know if I had any good ideas for songs, and I just gave him this idea, and we sat there and wrote it and everything, and then I got, and Mel Street recorded it.
Whose version do I like the best? Yours.
Pardon me?
I like your version better.
Do you?
I've listened
You
to
didn't
both.
tonight, though.
Tonight?
I didn't like my version at all.
Tonight
I couldn't
was
remember.
one of those nights. We do
I'll
have to
tell
say
you.
you've got the flu. You've
Oh,
been
this
sick
stuff
for,
just makes you crazy.
Yeah.
But
great performance.
Well, thank you.
Love Angel in Disguise.
You do?
So many #1 songs. Now let's talk about that.
I got more.
21 #1 songs?
Altogether. Then we had, I don't know how many top 10s, but we had more #1s than we had top 10s, because shortly after I got started, I started having #1. So we went out and found the best. By the time I got started real good, about Holding Her and Loving You, I ran out of my own songs. And Robert Byrne and Walt Aldridge and a bunch of them boys from Muscle Shoals. I used to go to Muscle Shoals all the time and do demos and work with those guys over there when I was living in Huntsville. And so they caught on to my style and wrote songs for me. So I had a whole bunch of them in a row that they wrote.
Your style is very unique.
Yeah,
Today, it is just as it was 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, let's see. The last thing I recorded was 91 with Keith Whitley. Well, that's when it went to #1.
Now, what's that one called?
Brotherly Love.
Brotherly Love.
Yeah.
Did he live to see that released?
No.
No.
No, he didn't make it that long.
Well, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to go to some of your music, because we led into this with my favorite song, Smoky Mountain Memories. Now we're going to go to the one that Keith didn't live to see released. Did it go to #1?
Yeah.
Do you think tonight when you did that, does it bring back memories of him?
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like crying up there.
That's right.
Especially if the crowd's real good.
Well, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to go to that song and let our audience hear that.
Cool.
And maybe some of them will remember this song. #1, written by who?
Oh, now you ask me a hard question. I know their names, but it's more than one person. 2 or 3 guys, I think.
Great song.
And
Great
we didn't
song.
record it at the same time. I did my piece while he was on the road, and he came in and finished it up when he got in off the road. So.
Oh, wow. Well, tonight we're going to show them a version of you and your band tonight doing this song.
There you go.
Now, who sang Keith's part tonight?
Mike Powell,
Mike Powell. Let's go to the song.
the banjo
Brotherly.
and mandolin player.
We saw that. We saw
Guitar
that.
guy.
Let's go to some great Earl Conley music.
Each had the same last name and the same colored eyes. We fall like tigers over that old red bag. I'm betting first and you can't use my glove. It won't take long. Let's get the show. We look out for each other, brother and love. You hate the girls that I
welcome back. You just got to hear tonight's live version of Keith Whitley's song. Is that one of your favorites?
Yeah, Keith was one of my favorite people too.
And he was how old when he passed away?
How old?
How old was he? 40?
I don't know.
Was he about 40?
We never did check each other's age or anything out.
I know he was awful young. Awful young.
Yeah,
And
he
what an
was-
amazing talent.
Oh,
What an amazing talent.
own worst enemy, I guess.
Yep. Now let's talk about your travels. Where will you go this year and where can people find you?
I'm going to go to Oklahoma and Texas next.
Are you going to be with B.J. Thomas?
Yeah, I think it's Oklahoma.
Durant, Oklahoma, I believe.
How do you know all that? You know more than I do.
You'd be surprised what I
I'll
know
have to check
about
with you to find out what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's right. That's right.
We worked with him down in Alabama here a couple of years ago, I guess, and it was a real good show. A bunch of people.
Well, my favorite B.J. Thomas song is Billy and Sue. So when you see him, tell him to do it and send it back to Georgia for me.
There you go.
He has a lot of good stuff, but he's like you. There's always that one song. Now, when you step on stage, what is the one song everybody wants to hear?
It's changed some over the years, but Holding Her and Loving You's been
Oh, yes.
been a steady one.
Oh, yes. That is a great song. Tonight, I stood behind the curtain watching men in the audience sing that song. And
Been
I
there.
love that. Yeah.
They've been there and
I
done
think
that.
some men out there have been there, done that. Yeah.
Cheater, cheater, cheater.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Okay, let's talk about your band. Do you have members that have been with you a while?
The piano player's been with me.
He's
well,
amazing.
actually, Mike Pyle, the guy that helped me with Brotherly Love, has been with me about 14, 15 years, I guess. And John's next. He's been with me a little less time than that. And then Dan over on the right plays the lead guitar from Des Moines. He's been with me the third longest. And the drummer's new.
He did a good job tonight.
And I forgot, was forgetting his name. They got to work with me for a while before it comes to you what their name is.
Now, what about your bus driver? How did he end up singing?
He's always done. He's from up in Pennsylvania, and him and his brothers had bands and stuff. And I was lucky enough to run into him here a few years back. Man, he's the best driver. You can sleep. I don't care what kind of road it is. He is so good as a driver and a great singer too.
Yeah, he did a good job tonight. We got a little footage of him, and we're going to show a little bit of that. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we're going to go to another song. I think I want to do, what is my favorite? I kind of like Angel in Disguise. Do you like that song?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Love
me
that
and,
song.
Me and Randy Scruggs wrote it.
Love that song. Let's go to one of my favorites. Not my favorite now. Smoky Mountain Memories is my absolute favorite. But we're going to let
It's
people
going to
get
think you're cheating on it.
we're going to get a little taste of a little bit of different music by you because
Good.
you've done some fast, you've done some old, you've done some stuff about cheating, you've done some stuff about being faithful. You did a great one tonight we're going to go to in just a minute, but right now we're going to Angel in Disguise. We're back. Okay, ladies, you know, a lot of angels in disguise in this world today. A lot of people who relate to your music. We talked about Loving Her, Holding You and Loving Her. We've talked about, what about the Blue Moon? Tell me about that song.
Robert Byrne and Walt Aldridge wrote it, and Walt wrote Holding Her and Loving You, and Robert and him wrote Once in a Blue Moon.
Is it a number one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most of the stuff, well, I did some album cuts to pick the show up some, you know. But that's one that was a big, we had a video out on that too that turned out real good.
21 number one songs.
Altogether.
18 in a row.
Yeah.
Did that amaze you? Were you amazed at your success?
No, I'll tell you what we did. I wrote Starved to Death down there in Huntsville, and I got the writing end of it going finally. I started writing in '68, but I didn't get anything going until '74, really. And then I was so busy trying to find songs, even though we was having number ones over here, I was going ahead and finding new stuff for the new stuff. And you're so busy doing that, getting ahead of your career to keep it going, that you don't have time to get caught up into the real fun part.
You talk about the fun
But travel
part.
so much. You travel so much.
I was going to ask you, do you think being on that bus is fun?
Yeah. I can sleep better on the bus than I can at home.
Can you really?
Yeah. With Kenny driving, if somebody's filling in, though, I'm sitting up for like this.
Let's talk about home. Who's at home waiting on you tonight?
Carol and two girls.
How old are your girls?
Aaron's 12 and Cassie's 18.
Can they sing?
It's through the week. Oh, boy.
Can they sing?
Yeah, but
yes?
they pester me to Dickens to get out there and get them a break. And I said, no, you got to work for the break. You don't get none of this handed to you. You got to earn it.
Whose music do they like?
Everybody's.
Okay, who is your favorite artist? If you went to a concert and you bought a ticket, whose ticket would you buy?
Girl or boy?
Either.
I think I would, I can't think of this girl's name. She's new and she's young and innocent acting and always naive acting and everything, but she's got a great style. I like the songwriting end of this business pretty much. What's her name? You know.
Not Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she's just.
So you agree with all the 18-year-old boys in the world?
Well, there's just something real cool about the way she delivers herself.
Yeah.
And she really takes care of business. I'll put it that way. She don't take nothing for granted with it. And I like her style pretty much. It's not my kind of music, but I mean I enjoy listening to her. Of course, Erin, that little 12-year-old of mine, she's got everything that she does. Every appearance she does on television, everything else. She said, "Look here, Dad."
Do you think Taylor Swift would find that a compliment? I would think so.
I don't know,
you
but
love
I
her
mean,
music because you are such an awesome writer, and she is a great writer.
Yeah, she's got it happening, and they work at it. Her and that group of people that plays music with her, man, it's just really tight, you know, and it's what you got to have. And that's what we did when I was recording back in the '80s. Is we had a group of people together that understood the whole picture, you know, and I didn't have to do anything but get up there and sing, and I'd play them the demos, and man, they would pick up on all these different instruments and stuff, and it was real good, and you can tell that the people she's working with do the same thing.
Well, your band was really good, and you can see that y'all are very comfortable together.
Brothers.
Now let's talk about a lady, Emmylou Harris.
Yeah.
You did a song with her.
Yeah.
Tell me the name of it.
We Believe in Happy Endings.
We Believe in Happy Endings.
Johnny Rodriguez had the first cut on that song, and he did real well with it. And she found out we was going to record together. She wanted to swear up and down we need to do that one. I said, well, Johnny Rod just had a hit on that not too long ago. I don't care. It's my favorite song. I said, okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you see Earl Thomas Conley with a happy ending?
Yeah.
Is your life, is it what you expected it to be, and have you fulfilled
No, it's not.
everything
It's
you wanted
not.
to do?
It's expected to be, yeah, but there's still a lot of curves you run into. No matter, but so you got to have a real positive attitude in this life, and I think that you create your own reality. Life is exactly what you make it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you have that in mind, you can do about anything that you want to do, bad or good.
When are you going to release something new?
I got deal working right now I got one deal that I've been working on since '99. He's not coming through. I was telling my producer, Nelson Larkin, but he is, because we got another deal we're working out with him. But this buddy of ours, he said, I'm going to hear from him any day. I'm going to get this done. And I said, well, I'm waiting.
Waiting.
Well, it ain't been very long, but some of these deals takes a long time. Because we're going to do it ourselves. We're not looking for major labels. But
what about writing? Are you still
I got a whole bunch written with my engineer, Ronnie Reynolds, and several people around that I've written with over the years that have accumulated all these songs that most of them I still believe in. So, and if we get in this process and I realize I don't have enough stuff, we'll write something again, more
What about
stuff.
re-releasing Smoky Mountain Memories? Would you re-release, because today
I have to cut it again.
Yeah. Today we talked about the fact that song, a
Does that do well over
1974
there?
song, 1974 song, and people would listen to it every day.
Well, these
all
boys
day
in the
long.
band, I was going to say earlier, every one of them are familiar with that song. We worked together for years, and I didn't even know they knew the song. And they said, yeah, it's my favorite song.
Right,
I said,
and
"You're
re-release that one, because that is such
Yeah.
an awesome song. And there are some of your old ones you could pull out and put on a new, it makes sense to me. And then I could buy that CD and I'd have a new cut of it, right?
Huh. I never thought
Think
of that.
about that. Okay. You going to hire me to be your manager?
No, I don't know about that either.
I could pump out Smoky Mountain Memories. I could sell that thing. And
You
if
worked your
like
way right
something-
into control of my life.
That's right. In 5 minutes. All the men in my life will tell you that's my gig.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now we're going to take a break and we're going to go to another song.
All right.
I love everything you've done tonight. I heard a couple of things I forgot you did, but I noticed everybody very familiar. Those are songs people don't forget. So let's go back to one more of your older songs. Then we're going to end today with you and Emmylou Harris. What do you think about
Very
that?
good.
Is that a good ending?
What a good lady, man.
Awesome lady.
She taught me to eat apples before you sing, and it clears up all your stuff. And I said, you're kidding. She says,
Really?
No, here, take this apple.
Wow. She's incredible.
She's a beautiful lady. Really
She is.
good.
Well, right now we're going to go one more of your songs. We'll be right back.
There's a lot of nice things Betty never told her, and he forgets to hold her when she needs him sometime. Mama said he made her, he never got around to. Still the poor Peter never close to her mind. 'Cause what she sees is only what she wants to.
Okay, song was for all the women out there. I loved that song. What about a woman in love? What happens to a woman in love? They find a song, they listen, they relate to it. You have some hits that have really touched women. You've got some hits that touched the men tonight, too, because they were sitting there patting their feet and
That
singing.
surprised you, you know?
It was amazing.
They listen to some of those soft, tender ballads, and you think, whoa, look at that big old boy. He's listening.
That's right.
Guys out there in Oklahoma, man, some work on them oil rigs and stuff, got hands that wide. And I shook this guy's hand out there and was working in a club. And I couldn't see my hand for his. It was just covered the whole thing of sing out holding her and loving you. Well, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm afraid not to.
Now, when you leave here, are you going home and then to Oklahoma?
Yeah, we're going to go. I got to try to doctor this croupy stuff that I got going here a little more. And we'll go out there next weekend, and then we got to go on to Texas from there.
You know what your website does? My
Hard to tell.
website is ETC. Guess
Is
what
it?
your website is? ETC.
Cool. We get confused.
Mine's ETC3 and yours is ETC. We pulled it up on Sunday and I said, this is too funny. I called Freddie and I said, you got to look at this. You got to look at his website. And we laughed. I hope we got a shot of your guitar strap. ETC on it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was John Conley was came out before I did with Success. And I said, oh, no, man, what am I going to do with my name? What am I going to do? So I added, it was Earl Conley, so I added Thomas, my middle name. And everybody then they said, you sure that's your real name? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Ask my mother.
Yeah. Well, today has been, because I've loved Smoky Mountain Memories a long, long time, it's been an honor to be here with you. You know,
Well, thank
all the
you.
artists that were here this week, I only chose 2 to interview.
Is
you
that
and
right?
Aaron Tippin.
Well, I appreciate it, really.
Yeah, and it was
Seriously.
very important for me to be here because that song has meant a lot to me. And in the past year, I remembered it a little bit, but I didn't know how much of an impact it would make on me. So now, promise me, you'll re-release it. You'll do a new cut.
I don't know about re-releasing it, but I learned to sing it better.
Will you do that for me, please?
Well, we used to do it all the time.
Well, we're going
And
to
you
use your
just
CD.
get into new stuff all the time. You know?
We're going to use the CD to play it for folks at the end of this interview, too, because we want them to hear it in its entirety.
You know, it's really good for me and for anybody that gets that kind of recurrent action because the younger people maybe don't know, you know, how you
Absolutely.
got started and stuff.
That song's 35 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older than me.
No. Do you know, I did learn your age today. I thought you were younger than me. And I have to tell you something I told on the set this morning. I've never missed a show in over 400 programs. But I did tell him I won't be at work tomorrow because I'm leaving with you today.
Are you?
But then when I found out you had the flu and a wife, I decided not to go
That
home
ain't
with
good.
you.
That ain't good. That ain't going to work out.
It's not going to work out. It has been a privilege to meet you.
Real
Thank you
pleasure.
so very
Thank you.
much. And
I
we're going to go
appreciate it.
right now to your song with Emmylou Harris.
Very good.
Earl Thomas Conley and Emmylou Harris, amazing music. Remember, check out his website, etc.com.
You know it. I don't.
Earl Thomas Conley, there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Okay.
Who can tell just how it starts? Angry words and broken hearts, till silently we sit apart, you and I. But in a while the anger's gone, and we forget who's right or wrong. Then one of us will end it all with just a smile. We believe in happy endings, never breaking, only bending, taking time enough for mending the hurt inside. We believe in new beginnings. inside. We believe in new beginnings, giving in and forgiving. We believe in happy endings, you and I.
Hiawassee, Georgia. How's everybody feeling tonight? You're getting better at it. Here's a song called Your Love's on the Line, Brother. Thank you. If you kids all, you guys all back. She's right and I'm wrong. When I won't give in, she just goes along, standing by my side, sitting all alone. Never know what keeps her hanging on. When anybody else would be long gone. I'll do something right. Once in I'll make her feel so I'll do something right. So only hears I love when we're making love. Lord, I always wonder why she loves me so much. Something right. I'll make her feel so I'll do something right. Once been I got over you just long enough to let my heart beat. And the day I started loving you again. What fool I was to think I could be mine. With only these few million tears on my mind.
county fair would come around, and we all got excited when we saw those trucks come rolling in. Sawdust and flashing lights, cotton candy Friday nights. I still live by things I learned back then. This is my song, by the way. You can't throw a 12-inch ball through a 10-inch rim. You can't trust your allowance to a guy named Slim. You can't win a girl's heart with just a teddy bear. Lessons from the Georgia Mountain Fair. First time I kissed a girl, it was in line for the tilt-a-whirl, and she probably would have hung around if I could have kept that corn dog down. I didn't see the Amazon queen, and knew darn well I wasn't 18, but they took my $3 anyhow. You can't hit a moving target with a crooked sight, and you'll run out of money before you run out of night. And I've learned that there are lots of less than honest folks out there. Lessons from the Georgia Mountain Fair. And that Bigfoot they sold tickets to, in my heart I always knew he was probably just a big guy in a gorilla suit. Well, you can lay your money down and buy a sack of balls, but there ain't no way to make that last milk bottle fall. I walk around a whole lot wiser from the things that I learned there. Lessons from the Georgia Mountain Fair. Or lessons from the Georgia Mountain Fair.
All right, baby. Smoky Mountain Memory. I'm going to try a little piece of it. 1974, I was living in Huntsville, Alabama, working in bars, and we called them clubs. And working 7 nights a week, 5 hours a night, 10 hours on Sunday. I decided to get back to the writing because the singing was killing me. Anyway, I wrote a song, co-wrote it with a guy by the name of Dick Hurd for Mel Street in 1974. And I hope I don't mess it up too much here. I haven't done it in a long time. Called Smoky Mountain Memories.